What is up, everybody? It's Archangel here, bring you as clowns my review of Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Starting things off with the backstory. The story takes place after Tora and Mira, time breakers, have begun interfering with time, and so the Time Patrol, led by Future Trunks and Future Warrior, who you play as, are sent back in time to stop him. Future Warrior can travel through different parts of the Dragon Ball timeline using a scroll named the Book of Endings and Beginnings. Every time the Future Warrior faces events which were changed by the Time Breakers, Tora and Mira, his returns to his original running form, original running course. The game takes place in the age 850. Tor is a brilliant scientist from the demon world, but she betrayed the demon world after joining up with Mira, an artificial being created by condensing the DNA of various masters. She is the sister of the demon king Deborah. Mira, on the other hand, is much like his creator and his lover, Tora. So there's not much difference between those two characters, just one is the brilliant scientist and the other one is the scientist's creation, who she happens to also be romantically involved with, and they have a child. But the child, from my understanding, is not going to be in the game at all. There is a darker, more evil being behind both of them, demon god Demigra. Demigra is the leader of the Timebreakers. Demigra watches on from his dimension as his Timebreakers wreak havoc across time. He's one of the strongest gods in this series, showing us to not even break a sweat fighting the god of destruction, Beerus, whom was at 70% power when he fought each other. The game's gameplay is a bit more MMO more than a traditional Dragon Ball game. There is a central hub where you can see other players' characters, you can challenge friends to battles, join friends in side quest missions, shop, and learn from other characters in the DBZ world. You can have them as your masters, and they'll teach you their moves. So you can learn the Gallic Gun from Vegeta, or the Destructive Disc from Krillin. You can learn the body change from Captain Ginyu. You can learn the Special Beam Kane from Piccolo. You can learn all. There's a certain number of characters you can be your master, and they teach you their moves. Fighting is very smooth, though at times you'll be punching the air or shooting blasts at nothing, as movement is very quick. You can, like, at the blink of an eye, the character you're fighting could be behind you or fighting another character just like that. The AI is that fast. Now, the gameplay is very simplistic, so anyone can pick up the game and do well. But better players will have more of an advantage, so it caters to both sides, both the newbies and the veterans of other games. Speaking of the AI, though, the AI is kind of inconsistent. Now, sometimes your teammate AIs will be phenomenal. They'll be attacking other enemies and dealing a lot of damage. Sometimes they'll just be pretty lazy, just sitting back, not doing anything. And the same thing goes for the enemy AI. Sometimes they're engaging you in combat, they're reversing your moves and doing their specials. Sometimes they're just standing around. Sometimes they're just nothing but little blocking polygons. Visually, the graphics in this game are pretty sound, but by that I mean it isn't bad, but at the same time it's a bit weird, as in the characters look very plastic and shiny. Now, I prefer the regular comic book-like graphics they had in previous games like Budokai 3 and Raging Blast and all those. The audio is a bit off, as the English dubbing and the sync don't really match. Some of the characters sound almost nothing like their anime selves, and in some scenes, character mouths don't even move when talking. But overall, it's a very good-looking game, the negatives I had to point out in this game, the camera can be a bit annoying at times, and the auto-locking gets in the way, and there isn't an option to cut off an auto-locking itself, period. So you'll be fighting one enemy and then auto-lock onto another, or even auto-lock onto a time portal. Or the auto-locking wouldn't auto-lock in the perfect moments for it to do that, where it should do it. For example, you could be fighting one enemy, then the second enemy comes and starts hitting you. A good auto-locking system would switch to that person who's attacking you. This one doesn't. This one doesn't do that at all. So you don't get to switch to that person until they're done attacking you, because you're still locked on to the person who was fighting you to begin with. At times, if you use a Kai Blast on the enemy laying on the ground, or against a building, they won't take any damage. Even though on your screen you're seeing it, you get a direct hit, they don't take any damage. They're not blocking anything, it's just the game doesn't register the hits when they're against the wall or if they're laying on the ground. There isn't much destruction. Past Dragon Ball games, you can completely level a planet with your blast, your super blast. In this game, you can't destroy much. You can destroy some small houses. That's pretty much it. Remember those times we're playing Budokai 3 and you would do the spirit bomb. All of a sudden, the entire planet would be different. You can blow up freaking the Kami Lookout and all of a sudden now you're fighting on the ground. You can destroy Nami the way Frieza did. There's so many ways you can alter the map in previous Dragon Ball Z games. This game, it's not that way. There's not very much destruction in this game. It's another one of those situations where on the new systems we're seeing less content and less improvement when we should see it. There is no post-creation customization, so you can't edit your character's features after you create them. So if you say you want to have a different hairstyle or change your facial hair, you can't add that midway through the game. That's a negative in my opinion. The loot dropping in the game is also pretty bad. You can grind for hours doing one mission, just get one thing, and you can even go ahead and get a Z rank and still not get the best reward or the reward you want. You might just want something simple like an outfit, but even if you get a Z rank, don't get that because it's a completely random drop. You can get the best loot, you can get the best reward with a C rank, and not get anything with a Z rank. So it's pretty confusing loot system or reward system, whatever you want to call it. They went the route of separating transformations to fill up the number of character slots rather than actually having more characters and just letting you transform into those transformations in game. But again, back to Budokai 3, that had it very perfect. In this game, the ability to have more than yourself in battle would have made fusions perfect. Imagine you're playing as Goku and you got Vegeta with you. You can just right there press some buttons, fusion. That's not how it works. This has been perfect for that, but instead you gotta pick the fusion forms separate from the actual characters. All in all, it's a very, very fun game. The negatives I mentioned, every game has negatives. There's no such thing as a perfect video game. Every game has negatives. This game is a very fun game. It's very addicting. Like even with the loot drops situation, you can't help but still do that grind. You can't help but still replay that mission over and over again and over and over and over again for hours until you get what you want. Because the game is that addicting, is that appealing, is that fun to play. It's one of the best Dragon Ball Z games to date. I still think Budokai 3 is the best Dragon Ball game ever made, but that's just my opinion. And this game is not up there yet, but this game is still a great game, still a very, very good Dragon Ball Z game. It's one of the best Dragon Ball Z games. My final score for this game was an 8.5 out of 10. It's a great game, but it's some things that keep it from being perfect. That's my review, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Peace out.